We are preparing for Battleworld. It will be back in the game soon, but as you can see here, level 75 is necessary. So I don't have the appropriate level. That doesn't matter. For the purpose of this video, let's look at the trends. Let's look at the teams available, because if you're coming in relatively new, you're not going to have everything. So what are the best teams that you can use? What are things that you can do to make progress, get points on the board, get things done? Let's kick things off by looking at zone number 1. So what we see here, the teams that are necessary, we're going to need a global hero team, a global villain team, and Astral or Spider Society. So Astral or Spider Society, that's the elite mission. That's going to be difficult. It is made for the Astral team. But if you don't have that, you're gonna have to go with Spider Society. Herald mission, there's not waves there. It's just one guy, I think. There's just a boss of some sort, and the guys that he comes into the game with, global and villain. For global and hero, you have waves, and we need to get through waves to make progress in the milestone event that accompanies Battleworld. So if we look at global hero, this is what I have. This is what I have. So the Liberty team, as they come in, looks like a lot of them are global heroes. I have Black Knight, the Extreme X-Men are global heroes. This is what I have. We got Hercules sitting there. You might have some other options. This is what I got. We're hoping we can get some points on the board here. As we move into global villain, we want a team that's going to have sustain. It looks like Orcus is part of that. Again, I only have 2 Orcus members. Now notice Magneto there. I'm not going to power him up. As a newer player, do not power characters up for Battleworld. You're just going to have to evolve into it. You need to make sure you got your raid teams down. If your raid teams are down and in place, then perhaps you can put some power into certain characters, but we're going to let this game mode come to us. And finally, for the purple ISO, you're going to need Astral or the Spider Society. Spider Society is a team that you get early. You're going to be able to use them, put some power into them. They are not going to be the optimal team. Astral, hands down, is going to be the optimal team, but you got to work with what you have. What I have is Spider Society. I wish I could show you the score that I would get, but I'm interested to hear from you what you can actually do at level 1. Just for clarification, not level 1, we're talking about difficulty 1 of Battleworld. Now, let's take a look and see what we have in zone number 2. We're going to need city and villain characters, city and hero characters, and once again we have an Astral or Extreme X-Men. For our city hero characters, we have Spider Society, and I'm also working on the Night Stalkers. Maybe I can mix and match. We're going to go with whatever's the strongest. We have to lean into these things a little at a time. Your raid teams are paramount, and in this case, your raid teams are going to help you succeed. The next group is city villains. Sinister Six is going to work there. We're just starting to build those characters. Again, as a newer player, they're going to give you Sinister Six in the beginning. They're going to give them to you free early in the game, so you might as well use them. Here's a great place to put them in. I don't know how much power you're going to be putting into them later on in the game, but for this point, they should get you some points on the board. And finally, for that purple ISO, Astral or the Extreme X-Men. Obviously, Astral is the number 1 choice here. Your Extreme X-Men are a raid team. They give them to you for free, so you might as well take advantage of it. When you get your Astral unlocked, that's going to be the team to use. In the meantime, you just do what you can do. Moving right along, that will take us into zone number 3. All right, the teams we're going to need here: Cosmic Hero, Cosmic Villain, Astral, or Spider Society. This is what I'm working with at the moment. I'm not going to be able to be very effective. We do notice, though, 2 members on the left-hand side there of the Starjammers team. So as the Starjammers come into the game, we should be able to make more progress in this area. Again, we have the Absolute A-Force. They are Cosmic Heroes, the 3 new ones. So those are people that you might be able to make a cornerstone team on to get some traction in this node. For me, again, when you're talking about new players, you're going to be kind of stuck here. All you can do is what you can do. Cosmic Villains is going to be even worse in my case. The Annihilators look like the best team for the job. They're going to give you that Loki early, so that's somebody you can put in, but you're going to need some more characters. There's some great characters you could use. It's just which ones do you have available? We're not going to have much at the moment. I want to know what you think. What are you using as a newer player, right? If you just started within the last few months, what are you using in this portion? I would like to know. And finally, we have the Astral and Spider Society. So again, the node is going to be made for you to use the Astral team. Don't have it? Spider Society, it's a team that the game can give you for participating. You can make them strong. You're going to be using them anyway. So just get as many points as you can with the team that you have. It looks like they reduced the point restriction. There used to be a point restriction that you needed to advance through every day. It looks like that's gone. So just do what you can and get to know. There is a couple things I want to be mindful of when you go up against the null boss. Notice it says he has immunities to certain things. He's immune to ability block, exhausted, exposed, and stunned. So a lot of your control effects will not work. He's going to be immune anyway half the time. He's going to cleanse. So you just have to keep in mind, that shouldn't be your main frame of mind to just come in and think you're going to control him. He has a lot of different effects to break control. So normally people are looking at the top end of the spectrum, but if you're new, let's look at the bottom end of the spectrum. You're going to need 90%. So you got to chip off 10% of his health. You got to get through 10% of his health as an alliance to get 20 null shards. So if we weren't getting any stronger, that means it'll take us about 9 months to unlock null, but we're going to progress. We're going to get stronger. So we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. This is alliance-based content, so everybody needs to participate. Again, make no mistake, Astral is going to be the team you need to really get it done to ensure that you can drill through his health bar. So we'll have to see what happens as this goes on. Curious to know how you do. Let me know in the comments below, and we'll keep track of our progression as the months go by. Just want to give a shout out to the Scopely development team. This is representative of one of the developers here, the Blue Jedi. He knows who he is. Just want to make sure that the community knows Scopely is indeed listening. They're taking the feedback. So make sure you give them feedback that's actionable, right? They're going to help build this game mode. They want it to be nice. They got people that are listening. Take advantage of it to help keep this game going strong and making it great. Yo, and if you haven't checked this video out right here, please do so. It's legit.